Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our webinar featuring Crown and Champa Resorts in the Maldives. My name is Maggie Abdullah with Beatrice Mercado Hospitality. I'm the Director of Sales for the Eastern United States, and we are lucky to have with us our co-president, Beatrice Mercado, with us to present the Crown and Champa Resorts in the Maldives because she's been there, but B, she just loves the destination. So I always kind of fall in love with her destination again when Beatrice talks about what a wonderful properties these are.
Thank you so much, Maggie, and hello, everybody who joined us for this masterclass on the Maldives and Crown and Champa Resorts, hotels and resorts. I'm Beatrice Mercado. I'm based in Los Angeles, California, originally a New Yorker, but also making my way across the country. I hope you can join us on our 10th anniversary celebration the week of May 8th, where we will see you in person then. Well, so let's talk about the Maldives, Maggie. The country was the first to reopen in the pandemic. And I also want to highlight that they celebrate 50 years of welcoming tourism to the destination. Quite remarkable. And for those on this virtual webinar, I want to share with you the first company that welcomed that first tourist to the Maldives 50 years ago was Crown and Champa Resort. I want to share with you a little bit of background on this company because I think it's important to know who you're doing business with. With the Maldives, still a very well-desired bucket list destination. I think most travelers have the Maldives on the top of their list, perhaps also combining that with an African safari. There are over 100 resorts in this destination. So you as advisors, how do you know who to do business with when there are so many properties and they all look so spectacular in photos? Well, this photo that you're looking at right now is an aerial view from a seaplane. To get to the Maldives, I'll show you a few ways to get there. The names of the 10 properties that you read below are all part of Crown and Champa Resorts. I'm going to highlight all 10 of them. I'm going to spend more time on the first 3, which would be Kudadu, Hura and Kagi, all of which are 5 stars, if not ultimate luxury. And then I'll talk to you about the remaining 7, which I categorize as 4-star. If you've never worked with Beatrice Mercado Hospitality, we want to make sure that your travelers have the best day on your behalf. So we are arming you with tools on destination and product knowledge, but also use my team as a resource, especially if you've not been to a destination like the Maldives. It's important for you to make sure it's the right client, the right island, the right logistics to get there. Speaking of logistics, we're talking about multiple ways to get to the Maldives. So located here in the Indian Ocean, and from Los Angeles, I took a direct flight to Doha, and then headed down straight into Male is the main international arrival airport in the Maldives. But you'll also see from the United States, whether you're coming from the East or West Coast, multiple points of connection, whether it's London, Istanbul, or even Singapore. And once you get to Male, there are a few ways to get to your resort. And we'll talk about it in a moment, speedboat or seaplane. Now, why the Maldives? As I mentioned, a number of islands, over 100 resorts to choose from. So the beauty of the destination is definitely one of the best key factors. A global destination, as I showed you, multiple parts of the world get to the Maldives. So you are going to be traveling with guests from all parts of the world. When I was there, I saw a number of European travelers, Asian travelers, and America, quite frankly, for Crown and Champa. Crown and Champa is still fairly unknown in the US. And I know the reason for this is advisors, you're familiar with a lot of your big brand hotel collections. What I love about Crown and Champa, it's Maldivian owned. As I mentioned, they've been there for 50 years. They have the most incredible locations, and you're really working with a company that has Maldivian hospitality, Maldivian staff. Plenty of things to do in addition to just enjoying your incredible villa, whether it's on the beach or over water. Being in the ocean, I think, is a huge part of your Maldivian stay. Whether or not you're a diver, you can snorkel or just really see beautiful marine life, from a number of islands in the Maldives. I always thought the Maldives was great just for special occasion trips, whether it was a honeymoon, an anniversary. Really, in my mind, before I went there, I thought it was primarily for couples, but I was wrong. The Maldives is very family friendly. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to get your clients who have small kids, young kids, teenagers, so much to do in the Maldives for families. And it is a year-round destination. So I can share with you about, the rainy season, but climate change has really shifted when that period is. Let's talk before you send clients there to make sure it's the right time of year. So Crown Champa, Maldivian owned. This says 40 years. Well, I just shared with you it's 50 years. And 10 properties, 9 of them are resorts. And then we also have one city hotel in Malé. They're really focused on sustainability. CNN actually named Kudadu, which is one of their properties, the most sustainable hotel in the world. 100% powered by solar, which you're looking at on this screen right here. I'll talk more about that in just a moment. Now, to get to the Maldives, once you land into Malé, your travelers or you, when you're visiting, you have an option of either taking a speedboat to a nearby island or you take a seaplane. What you're looking at right here is a map of where all of the 10 properties are located with Crown Champa. When you get into Valana International Airport, you can take a few options by boat, Velagandu, Miru, Cadi. The rest recommend, actually Cadi you can also take a seaplane, and the rest you would have to take a seaplane to get to. I think the seaplane is part of the experience, and they're small planes, maybe 14, 16 passengers, and the plane lands in the middle of the ocean. Your passenger deplanes the seaplane on a floating deck, and the resort will pick you up by speedboat, typically 5 minutes or so. Once you land on the seaplane, you take a boat straight to the resort. So this gives you a number of options. When you have the traveler in mind, give me or a member of my team a call, and we can give you all the options for logistics. Crown Champa does have their own airport lounge. So guests will have a comfortable lounge to enjoy while they're waiting for their seaplane. And if it's a speedboat, we take them directly to the dock. A number of activities to enjoy in the Maldives. That first photo I showed you with that aerial view, you can really see the beauty of the atolls. You can see really where, the drop-off is if you're desiring to go diving. But if you're not a diver, so many things to do. Being on a boat, deep sea fishing, a number of dolphin cruises, manta ray excursions. If you're not in the water, a number of things to do on land, whether it's fitness, wellness. All of our properties also have an incredible spa concept. So always a number of things to do to be active, or also just enjoy the privacy and the serenity of your own accommodations. Now, if you've not been to the Maldives, as I mentioned, so many hotels. You can book direct, or you can book through a tour operator. Those are the channels for any of the properties that I'm going to talk about today. But one thing I want to make sure you know is you have me and my team available as resources for you to make sure that when your travelers get there, we are welcoming your guests on your behalf. So let's start with the best in class. This is Kudadu. Kudadu, Maldives. It's located 1 hour seaplane north of Malé. It's only 15 villas. This is our best in class, the ultimate luxury option with Crown Champa. The concept here is anything, anytime, anywhere. And so when you book your traveler here, the experience is really unlimited. First, what you're looking at is an aerial view of the property. This is the solar powered roof that I mentioned to you. And then the 15 villas. 13 of them are 1 bedroom. We have two 2-bedroom units that bookend this horseshoe. In terms of the inclusions, unlimited spa, unlimited water sports, unlimited excursions. Of the 15 villas, Each of them have their own private butler. Now, Maggie, if you ask me, what does that mean, unlimited spa, unlimited excursions? Maggie, if you wanted to go get a facial in the morning, followed by a massage, followed by a wellness instruction, the answer is yes. In terms of excursions, if your traveling companion wanted to go scuba diving, that is included. If they wanted to go deep sea fishing, included. Paragliding, manta ray, seeing the manta rays, all included. And then with dining, we have an incredible executive chef. We have a full menu of options, but really it's customized to what you want to enjoy for breakfast, lunch, dinner, at any time. Property even has a wine cellar, over 100 different labels. You choose the bottle that you want to enjoy, choose a second bottle. The answer is yes. So Kududu Maldives, 15 villas, 100% powered by solar. This is the property that CNN designated as the most sustainable hotel in the world. If anyone on this masterclass has Apple TV, there is a new show that's going to be hosted by Eugene Levy. He's an American actor. Many of you may know him from the TV show Schitt's Creek. He's coming out with a travel show, and we're excited to share that Kududu is going to be a part of that. So your clients have, the desire to have a truly remarkable luxury experience, and their budget is on a high level. Definitely recommend Kududu. Some images here of their interiors. And what you're looking at here is the wine cellar, a number of areas to enjoy dining, floating breakfast, of course, that's available at any of our properties. And then this on the bottom left is the retreat, where you have that solar powered roof. We have our resort pool, main restaurant, the wine cellar. But most of our guests, even when we're fully committed, it can seem like no one's there because they're probably enjoying the privacy of their own overwater villa. Now, 5 minutes across the way by speedboat from Kududu is a property called Hura Valley. Now, Hura Valley is a larger hotel with 90 villas, and they are 30% powered by solar, working on continuing sustainability in the Maldives. Kududu welcomes kids of all ages. While they're mainly adults, we do welcome families at Kududu. And Hura Valley, it's really for adults and welcoming guests 15 years and older. Now, remember when I told you, Maggie, Kududu had unlimited everything? Because Hura Valley is 5 minutes by speedboat, guests that stay at Kududu have unlimited access to Hura Valley's restaurants and bars. Now, that's a really important feature for travelers because oftentimes when you're booking the Maldives, you're staying at one hotel, one island. But when you're staying at Kududu, you get to go out into town, so to speak. You get to go take that speedboat, have an environment where it's more travelers, more guests, because it's a larger resort at Hura Valley, and you get to dine at 4 additional dining options while there. The only exclusion for Kududu is there is a surcharge for Hura Valley's underwater restaurant called 5.8, which you're looking at the middle of the screen. 5.8 is the name of the restaurant because it's 5.8 meters below sea level. Now, this underwater restaurant is the largest in the Maldives. Although it only has 10 tables, it is the largest. And the experience here is unlike anything else. There's only 3 underwater restaurants in the Maldives. We are thrilled to have 5.8 at Hura Valley. Okay, so we talked about Kududu, your ultimate high roller guest. Rates at Kududu, on average, I'll just give a ballpark price based on double occupancy, all included is about $8,000 US for 2. Again, unlimited everything. With Hura Valley, the budget here is still on a luxury scale in terms of service. The price point definitely is of more value. Average rates about $1,500 per villa based on double occupancy. We do have a number of meal plan options at all of our hotels and resorts. For the American traveler, I always recommend doing the all-inclusive option because you're not really going to another island to have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So what you'll find at Hura Valley, 90 villas. What I like about them is you have the option of being on the beach or being over water. Guests who have not been to the Maldives, oftentimes they'll desire that over water villa experience. A suggestion for advisors, you can actually split their trip and do a few nights over water, a few nights on the beach, just so they have two different types of experiences. I know a few of you have asked some questions, but I'll go ahead and then wait until the end to answer them, and perhaps I would have answered them as well during the presentation. The third property on the luxury level that I want to share with you is the newest to the collection. That's called Kagi. Kagi Maldives Spa Island is the name because we do have an incredible wellness feature at this resort. It is located 1 hour by speedboat from Male, or your clients can also access it 15 minutes by seaplane. So they have the option of both. And what you'll find at Kagi, 50 villas, a mix of beach and overwater options, an incredible house reef. Not every hotel in the Maldives has a house reef. A house reef, it's important for your travelers to know, especially if they want to go snorkeling. So you can, just enjoy the marine life just by swimming offshore here at Kagi. This is the newest one. We're celebrating 2 years. When I was there, they had a visiting wellness practitioner from Bhutan. And that's what you'll find at Kagi. They have a rotation of visiting practitioners in the wellness arena. But here we welcome kids age 12 and older, although most of our guests are adults. It's the same designer as Kududu, so you do have that modern Japanese architecture appeal here at Kagi. So Kududu, Kuravali, and Kagi are what I consider 5 stars or even 6 stars for Kududu in terms of service and luxury standards. The remaining part of Crown and Champa collection is our 4-star or 4-star plus resorts. I want to share these with you because it was eye-opening to me, the variety of properties available to travelers. And again, reach out to my team because it can get confusing. The names of the resorts kind of start sounding the same. So we're just a phone call, an email away to help fine-tune that itinerary for you. What you're looking at here is Velagandu. And Velagandu, I must share with you, it's a fantastic property. Voted one of the most beautiful beaches in the Maldives. It's been in the collection for a number of years now, so we're going to undergo a complete renovation starting this June. But clients that you have coming here between now and June 1st, they're going to experience a beautiful resort. Look at this beautiful beach. They also have their own sandbank and a number of options on the beach as well as over water. What I liked about Velagandu real quick, here from Velagandu and from another property, you can see the whale sharks. The whale sharks are available year round in the Maldives, but they're more in the southern part of the Maldives. And so Velagandu and our other property, Villamendu, I know they start sounding the same. Those are great locations if your clients want to see the whale sharks. Kamandu, not to be confused with other K resorts, but Kamandu is located near Kududu. This is adults only. Adults only, a number of repeat guests that come here. The price point on the 4-star level, definitely more value price than Kuravali and Kagi, but you have your own overwater villa. You also have some beach villas here, but a really great ambiance for couples, for adults, for friends traveling together. Again, adults only here at Kamandu. Villamendu, family-run resort, much larger island. And what you'll find here, our children's program, our kids club, our children's play areas, number of restaurants. The fish come up right at the dock here. So when you're dining, you see a number of beautiful marine life. My biggest tip about Villamendu, if your clients are divers, this is fantastic for them because they don't have to get on a boat to get to the drop-off. You can access the drop-off swimming off the beach, and the drop-off is right there. So avid divers definitely recommend Villa Mendu if they don't need the bells and whistles of a 5-star resort. They're going to be diving every day, and they can also enjoy the property as well. But a number of category options here, from just a guest room all the way to your own overwater villa. So just reach out to my team and we can walk you through those options. Crown Champa has a dive company. So Euro divers are who we have at a number of our resorts, and they are really best in class. I talked about the whale sharks. It's located close to Villa Mendu. So if you're interested in seeing the whale sharks, and of course mantas, snorkeling, and definitely scuba diving, Villa Mendu is a great option. Meru. Meru is very, very famous with Crown Champa, and very famous around the world. I know it's not as known here in the United States, but a beautiful island, walking beach. You can walk the beach. It takes about 40 to 45 minutes to walk around the entire island. So if you have clients that desire to do that, Meru is a wonderful option. I like to recommend it for families because we have a number of 2-bedroom units. Most of our resorts on the smaller side, as I mentioned, it's just 1-bedroom villas. But here, you do have a number of 2-bedroom units. You have beachfront as well as overwater options. Great options for families. I can't wait to take my kids one day. There's a 50-foot whale carcass here at Meru. So really active family travel. Those who desire a long, beautiful walking beach, and it's located only 1 hour by speedboat from Male. Our larger resorts like Meru have a number of activities. Did you know there was golf in the Maldives, tennis? Of course, you have here our teams club and our fitness center. So lots of things to do in Meru as well as Kuredu. Kuredu is also very famous around the world, a larger island. And really it's a couple of resorts. One section is adults only, and we also have a resort that welcomes families. And what I want to share about Kuredu is really about the lifestyle and the entertainment. One night they'll have traditional Maldivian night with Maldivian entertainment, dancing and music paired with Maldivian cuisine. One night they'll have a white party where, all of our guests, they come and dress in white and they have a big beach party. They also have an 80s night, so our DJ night. For your traveler that is coming to the Maldives and they really want a lively atmosphere, meet other guests from all over the world, Kuredu is where I would recommend. Our fantastic 4-star option. As you can see here as well, a lot of fitness and wellness and children's programming available at Kuredu. And here we have 6 tees. You can play 6, 12, or 18 holes. I really did not realize that golf could be possible in the Maldives, but we do have these larger islands, and they definitely do have golfers. So if your clients who are avid golf players come to Kuredu, and they'll have that available to them. Inahura is still fairly new to Crown Champa. It's probably the most simplest resort. So you have a traveler that has a limited budget, want to make it to the Maldives, give us a call. I know Inahura can have a number of options for your travelers. Very simple but comfortable guest room accommodations. And then lastly, we have Champa Central. Champa Central is located in Male. Hopefully your travelers, they're landing into Male in time to get that speedboat or seaplane. But if they didn't, they need to overnight in Male. We have Champa Central, very close to the airport. It's 10 to 15 minutes. Really no traffic because there's a new bridge that connects Champa Central, the location, to the airport. And we have a beautiful rooftop restaurant, comfortable accommodations. Happy to assist you at Champa Central. So Maggie, that was my overview of the Maldives and Crown Champa. I know we have some questions available in the chat.
Yes, I can go ahead and read those out to you.
I missed?
I don't think
Maggie.
so. It was a very
Thank you.
great overview for sure. The first question that came in was, everything is included is great, but how hard is it to book? So, you're saying everything, anything, anytime, anywhere. Is it hard to find the time to do, or is the timing easy?
Thank you for the question, Esther. And I'm assuming you are asking about Kududu. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Kududu is our 6-star resort. Everything is included. There are some exceptions. I mentioned to you diving is included. If they need a dive instruction, that would be a surcharge. I mentioned to you they have a choice of over 100 bottles of wine. There is a private owner's reserve selection. I'm talking about bottles of wine that are over thousands of dollars per bottle. So there is a surcharge for that, but essentially everything else is included. Very easy to accommodate a guest request because there's only 15 villas and each villa has their own private butler. If you would allow us, the butler will either connect with you or your traveler at least 3 days before their arrival to start preparing for their stay. And this is really where we ask the advisors to share with us as much information, not just the reason for their visit, if they have any special dietary restrictions or allergies, or perhaps some comforts from home that they want to make sure is available in the Maldives. Because we get so many flights a day into Male, if you give us at least 3 days notice, most likely the team at Kududu can make that readily available for them of what they desire to have in their villa. In terms of activities and excursions, again, 15 villas, anything, anytime, anywhere. I've never seen a challenge, weather permitting. We definitely will fulfill your traveler's wish. It really is an incredible property.
Well, I would also like to just reinstate or reinforce what you said about reaching out to us. Something as simple as the client definitely doesn't want to do a seaplane. We can narrow down the options in the Crown and Champa collection based on even just something as important as that, and what's a better option for the guests.
Exactly, Maggie. For advisors who have not been to the Maldives, I know you're comfortable selling your big global brands. Definitely utilize my team. We want to make sure your experience and your traveler's experience is great, that they keep coming back, and that you continue booking Crown and Champa. That's really why I'm offering myself, my team, for any questions you may have. How to book the Maldives is a question that we get a lot. So we do partner with a number of operators. I recommend you work with an operator as well, especially if you're booking multi-destination trips, whether it's combining it with an African safari, which we're seeing now, combining it with the Middle East, whether it's Doha or Dubai, or even, India, Sri Lanka is another combinable itinerary with the Maldives. If you do decide to book direct, and we welcome that as well, we do have a 15% commission for travel advisors. Just make sure you reach out to us and we'll get that facilitated for you. But when booking the Maldives, it's really important to know the resort, the size, how to get there. It's important to ask your traveler a few questions. Perhaps sometimes it's even, are they divers? Are they strong swimmers? Some of our properties, they have super calm waters, easy for beginner swimmers like me. But if they are avid swimmers and divers, such great options. But really use us as a resource.
Definitely.
Anything else, Maggie?
I don't think any other questions have come through. I wanted to also remind everyone that I will send you a link to the recording in case you miss something, or as always happens, you hear it and then somebody asks you a question. You're like, wait a minute, I just learned that the other day. So give us a few days, like I said, probably at the end of the week before we can get it out to you. But I'll also include a direct contact for the regional sales manager for the entire Crown and Champa collection, so that you have access to her as well. She's wonderful to have as a resource as well. But feel free to ask us any question, because we do know the destination is very overwhelming and there's a lot there. So we would be happy to help you and your clients find the best fit.
Last thing, Maggie, if I just want to add two things. One, Crown Champa is adding more properties to their collection. So we are going to stay tuned with us, sign up for our newsletter, follow us on social media. But they are going to be debuting a new luxury resort that's going to have a 3-bedroom option. Great for friends traveling together or for family travel. That's going to be located in the Laviani Atoll, 1 hour seaplane north. Lastly, most importantly, advisors, please contact me or my team if you're heading to the Maldives or desire to go to the Maldives. It is a destination that we strongly feel you see it, you can sell it more effectively. And when you go there, I want you to stay with us. So reach out to me, a member of my team, if you're heading to the Maldives. I'd like to say the answer is yes. So just give us enough notice and we'll arrange your stay. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody spending some time with us today, and let us know if you have any other questions, but I will be reaching back out with a lot of contact information. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Maggie. Take care, everyone.
Bye.